DeepSeek AI models are powerful, but power alone isn't enough. After setting up DeepSeek-OCR to run locally, we need to make sure we can actually trust the results. Today, we're building an automated pipeline to benchmark DeepSeek-OCR 3B, running locally on Ollama. We'll be evaluating how spatial factors like document orientation and layout complexity impact our core accuracy metrics, so we can build a more resilient extraction engine. By the end of this session, we'll have an automated audit trail complete with a visual heat map to tell us exactly when to trust the model and when to trigger a manual review. All the code from this session can be found in a GitHub repo, link in the description below. Before we dive into the code, let's discuss the pipeline we will be creating. First, we start with an image. Python doesn't do OCR by itself, it coordinates everything. Next, we send the image to the DeepSeek-OCR model. The model returns text. Then we validate that text. And finally, return that into metrics we can trust. Everything else in this video is just filling in these steps. We've prepared a clean conda environment using Python 3.11. Beyond the standard pandas and matplotlib for data handling, we're pulling in torch metrics for our WER and CER calculations, and the official Ollama library to interface with our local server. We also include OpenCV for image handling. You want to ensure you have Ollama installed and the service running in the background, with the DeepSeek-OCR and R1 models already downloaded. We'll keep an eye on VRAM while running our code. DeepSeek-OCR 3B is relatively lightweight, but we want to ensure we aren't spilling over into the system RAM, which would kill our speed and latency. Our import block is standard, and you'll notice we abstracted our visualization logic into a local helpers module. By separating the visualization from the presentation, we keep our main execution code clean and focus purely on the OCR logic. To significantly optimize the performance of the DeepSeek model on your local hardware, create an environment variable for flash attention set to 1. OCR tasks are computationally heavy, so we're extending our HTTPX timeouts. We want to give the model up to 3 minutes to process high-resolution images without dropping the connection. To measure success, we aren't just looking at the output. We're using industry-standard metrics, such as word error rate and character error rate. This gives us a mathematical score of how close the AI model got to the ground truth. Notice the pull model function. We include this so the script is portable. If a colleague runs this and doesn't have the model, it automatically downloads instead of crashing. We compiled a diverse test suite. We're starting with a clean baseline and moving into edge cases like handwritten notes and skewed ID cards to find the model's breaking point. Notice the prompt shifts. For structured IDs, we use imperative language to strip away the model's instinct to describe the image, focusing purely on transcription. We're also implementing a bag of words check. In document extraction, sometimes getting the what is more important than the where, especially if the layout is nonlinear. To visualize this, we're generating 2 reports, a getStyle unified diff for our console and a side-by-side HTML audit for a deeper dive into the discrepancies. The core of our pipeline is this inference call. We're locking the temperature to 0 to ensure deterministic results, essential for benchmarking, and setting a generous context window to accommodate image tokens. We also configure the keep alive parameter to 0 so the OCR and chat models don't fight for memory. Even the best vision models make mistakes. That's why we're including an optional 2-pass system. Pass 1 is for the OCR. Pass 2 sends the raw output text to the DeepSeek R1 model to reason through and fix obvious mistakes. The rest of the code displays and saves details about the model results as it is looping through the images. We're normalizing the text to lowercase for this evaluation. Okay, let's fire it up now. The script loops through our images, compares the model's extraction to our ground truth, and generates an accuracy report. Anything with a WER over 15% is flagged for manual review. We also save the predictions to a results folder. Look at the stats. We get the WER, CER, and BofW for each image. With a custom timer, we know exactly how long each pass took. We can see what suggestions the other reasoning model would make. We won't include them in the accuracy metrics, but they are here for reference. At the end, we get a final benchmark. This is how you determine if your model is actually ready for production or not. Okay, let's check out the overall results for our images. We see a large variation in all our accuracy scores. Now we look at each image and try to determine what happened. DeepSeek was able to handle a table very well, scoring 100% for accuracy. The image is pretty clear. The main thing to notice here is the high accuracy for structured text. Our model did pretty well on the first handwritten image. There are a few minor mistakes, such as getting the wrong case and returning the word outside instead of set aside. For this image, the model scored lower. However, the only error really worth mentioning is that the model read 80% instead of 70%. Their other errors are just wrong case and missing punctuation. The model even corrected the misspelled word accuracy. The model was able to handle most of our invoice document. The only mistakes we see are one misspelling and a missing section. We'll try an ID next. DeepSeek initially had some trouble with this driver's license format, which includes different fonts, colors, rotated text, and a signature. We had to try different prompts before we got one that worked. With this simple prompt, we get good word recognition, or BofW, with decent WER and CER. This time we tried the same ID, but with a rotation in the scan that is common for this type of document. While our bag of words score remains high, meaning the model identifies the correct vocabulary, the spatial layout is failing, which causes the sequential word order to break down. The problem here is that most OCR engines prioritize vertical alignment to establish line groupings. They find the top and work their way down, scanning left to right within those lines. That works fine for this image. However, when the image is rotated or tilted, the top of one word might be on the same horizontal plane as the bottom of a word in the next line. One way to fix this is to use the CV package to remove the rotation. After processing, even though the model got the order wrong, meaning high WER, it still saw 94% of the words. This also indicates the vision model is strong, but the layout engine needs some improvement. Also, using the CV package can help, but not in all cases. For this example, we got better results leaving the rotation in the image. DeepSeek uses baseline segmentations to handle the rotation. We included a specific edge case where the model's spatial reasoning reaches its limit. This particular form layout results in a significant performance regression, highlighting the clear drop in accuracy across dense document sections. It's important to document these edge cases. By identifying the model's friction points, we can determine the necessary technical interventions, whether that's refined preprocessing or more targeted prompting, to mitigate the model's current constraints. Okay, let's look at the results overall. Raw numbers are hard to parse at a glance. We're injecting a CSS heatmap to separate our successful extractions from the ones requiring manual audit. Our green pass markers show where we can trust the automation, while the yellow flags tell us where we need more preprocessing or a more specific prompt. Local OCR with DeepSeek is undeniably powerful and the first step towards data sovereignty or privacy, but it's only as reliable as the validation layer behind it. By implementing this trimetric audit, we've moved from experimental AI to a predictable, production-ready pipeline, one that gives us full visibility into our data integrity without ever leaving our own desktop. OCR and benchmarking is a continuous process. As local vision models like DeepSeek evolve, so will the complexity of our benchmark suites. We have several advanced sessions planned, moving from basic OCR into structured data extraction and building automated pipelines with these local models. A link to the code repo for this benchmarking suite is available in the description. If you're building your own local pipeline, I'd be interested to hear how you're handling your manual review thresholds in the comments. Keep building, and we'll see you in the next one.